What's good, beautiful people? In today's video, we got border security's biggest mistakes ever. I appreciate that when you take the time to drop comments and like the video. If you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that sub button and notification bell. And without too much long talking, let's get to the video.
U.S. border security made a huge mistake on U.S. soldier.
Can I just have you put your hands on that?
The traveler's name has triggered an armed and dangerous alert.
Nothing sharp or dangerous on you right now?
Oh. Whoa. What the hell?
Looks can be deceiving,
What
but some
the-
mistakes are too big to ignore. Today we will take a closer look at one of those situations in the town of Blaine. It has its fair share of traffic, since most of the buses headed to Vancouver and Seattle take the Pacific Highway.
The Canada Border Services Agency has rejected a U.S. passport holder's attempted entry into Canada. And that's a red flag for CBP officers.
After being rejected at the border, the CBP takes it upon itself to get to the bottom of these types of situations.
Why are you going to Canada?
I got a girlfriend over there, too.
They told me he was not eligible to go into Canada, but not much more about that. I have to verify and make sure that he's an American coming back. I also have to verify that there's no wants or warrants or that no one's looking for him.
Standard procedure for those
I here patiently waiting on this mistake. All I see is him get locked up. Like, what's going on?
CBP officers and the U.S. citizens seem to understand that as well. The routine background check was not so easy to understand, since it came up with some interesting results.
The traveler's name has triggered an armed and dangerous alert.
Nothing sharp or dangerous on you right now?
Oh, whoa.
Since it classified this man as a threat, the CBP officers decided to take him into a controlled environment, where he cannot be dangerous to any other passengers or
My thing is, could they just arrest you, like put you in cuffs like that for no reason?
himself. But to put it in more blunt terms, he was put in custody, where he is guilty until proven innocent.
I saw
Oh.
the alarm. I wanted to make sure he didn't have a weapon or anything on him, so we grabbed him and we can figure out what's actually going on.
Wow.
To do that, they need to inspect his luggage and ask him some questions. That will determine the fate of this gentleman.
A luggage exam reveals he's recently returned from Europe and Iraq.
An interesting route to take. That definitely raised some eyebrows. And detailed questioning needed to be conducted by the CBP officers.
You just came back from Europe?
Went to Kurdistan.
Okay.
What brought you to Kurdistan? I'm from there, sir.
So how'd you get over to the U.S.?
I was exchange student.
Okay.
From that, I didn't go back because there was death threats for me.
Death threats. That will not make this any easier for him.
No.
But maybe
That's one of the worst things you could tell them. Death threats. From who? From where? For why? What you was be doing? You just open a bag of more questions.
he is honest because he has nothing to hide.
Because I'm associated with Americans, so we stayed here. I went to school and college for a couple of years.
Okay.
All my friends in college were vets, so I joined the army.
After the Vietnam War, soldiers were not welcomed properly. And since then, it is looked down upon to make any unnecessary problems for them. The CBP officers knew that, and probably hoped that they could confirm that everything is in order, and that the U.S. Army vet can be released as soon as possible. But before they needed to ask him some additional questions.
To Kurdistan. I'm from there, sir.
CBP officers have detained a U.S. Army vet whose
Whoa.
name has triggered an armed and dangerous alert.
I have to verify and make sure that he's who he says he is.
Everyone needs to be checked when their status says that they are armed and dangerous. But could this man be
Why is status have armed and dangerous though? Like, does all army vets have status have armed and dangerous on it? Like, I don't know. Is that a thing?
checked just because he is from Iraq? Or just because he is an Army veteran?
He did come to America in 2006. I've learned that he came over to the United States as a foreign exchange student. He got his permanent residency. He joined U.S. military.
Well, that is a very tough spot to be in. But it seems that everything was done in the right way. Will the border security see it that way as well? Or will they believe this story?
Like he said, when he was over in Iraq, he wasn't able to see his family. So he's just come back from a trip to Kurdistan. He saw his family, then he went through Europe and is flying back.
After taking their time to make sure that everything is in order, they had a shocking revelation.
Looking at his passport and looking at the name and the date of birth, that we were able to determine it was not him.
No. Yo, I swear, sometimes these people, even though they're doing their job, which is fine, which is cool, which is alright, but bro, this is a huge inconvenience. Probably set up this man paranoia, all kind of PTSD and trauma he got from being held up or something. Like what you
It looks like a case of mistaken identity.
A case of mistaken identity,
wow.
or a case of discrimination because of the way he looked. Guess it is up to us to judge. The CPB officers continue to explain the situation, as if they were trying to justify the reason why they did it. To be honest, sometimes it may be easy just to admit to a mistake.
All right, so it looks like we're almost done. We'll get you out of here in a couple minutes. We'll get you on the next bus going north or south.
So you want to say, oh, I think we had the misinformation. You want to tell him that. You want to tell him you waste his time. You just can say, oh, we're almost done. Yeah. Okay.
Any threat or law enforcement concern. Then we worked through those concerns. We were putting them back into the bus travel circuit.
Perfect.
After that, they continue to take his fingerprints and photos,
What?
hopefully to update the information they have, in order to not let this happen ever again. The U.S.
Oh,
citizen
okay.
had something to say at the
I just about to say, like, come on, you're doing too much. Why would you take his fingerprint photos? Like, what type of thing this is? But then, since you're trying to say it's to make sure it don't happen again. Okay, that makes sense.
end as well.
I stayed silent for 3.5 years. I went to Afghanistan. I lost friends over there. And I was born in Iraq, so every time I come and leave, this is how I get treated, so.
As we can hear in his voice, he did not appreciate this situation. He just wanted to see his girlfriend after definitely a tough couple of months. But he continued to add that this is not something he gets surprised by. A very sad way to be treated by the people of the country you risk your life for. The officers were still going on about how this is something that has nothing to do with him being born in Iraq.
No, it's not an exact match. Looking at his passport and looking at the name and the date of birth, that we were able to determine it was not him.
A routine activity that is taken by them to protect the homeland. Well, that is a great choice of words, since this man went to do the same. But nonetheless, mistakes are made by border security as well. Hopefully, this one was not made on purpose.
Lock this man up wasting time. Who's serving y'all country? Serving for y'all. What y'all dealing with? Goodness, man. That's a little mistake. I mean, not a little mistake. They doing their job, so it's a big mistake, but it's a little mistake because they technically doing their job. Now, all the finer details I ain't too sure about. Their intent, who knows? But yeah, that's alright, I guess. Thanks for watching. Make sure to hit that like button, drop a comment, hit the sub, notification bell. See you in the next one.